back with another Mario Party fun printable item. I made this awesome three-dimensional mystery box. I'm going to use these on my party table at my upcoming Mario Party, so I thought I would show you how to assemble them. I also have them in a brick pattern that is super fun, so you'll see those on the party pictures coming up soon. But I thought I'd show you how they come. So you basically get, in the printable package, you're gonna get pages that look like this, and on the top, one of them will say print 4 and one will say print 2. So this specific page is a print 4, and you're obviously going to do that. And then you're going to cut around the shape exactly as you see it. So you're going to cut off the sides. So you'll look like this, and then you just go in and cut the corners. And this is going to make an my paper's escaping, an 8-inch cube, which is pretty good size on your table. They'll look super cute all stacked up. An 8-inch cube that you can stack. I would not recommend putting anything on top of these as they are just made from cardstock. However, you could also take these and cut off these flaps here and put them on the front of an 8-inch box as well, and just use them like as a front of a box to be able to make it more sturdy, and then you could stack things on top of them. So if you don't want to actually make the box with the flaps out of just cardstock, you could use them as the front of a real box that then you could stack on top of. But today we're just making them into an actual cube that can be stacked. So you're going to get 4 that look like this and 2 that are sideways that look like this. So you need 2 sides and 2 of these to make the outside 4 walls. And then 2 that look like this become your top and your bottom. So these 2 we're gonna just set aside for right now. So basically you're gonna cut around the shape like I said on all of them. And then the next step is you're going to need to fold this edge here all the way in. So obviously I made that look way too easy. It's not that easy. I, ahead of time, took my creasing tool here and ran one of these I just haven't done yet. This one I saved to do in front of you. I ran a seam along the edge. So you just, this is super fun. You just line it up here and you just use this little black tool and run it down, and it creates a little seam there, a crease I guess you could say, that allows you to just fold it super easily, a nice clean seam to be able to fold on, so your edge is nice and clean and crisp. You also could just do it by hand. You could use a ruler and a sharp bone folder tool to be able to get that edge, but your edges are definitely what's gonna make this box look crisp and clean. So however you need to do that, the better. But having those all folded is a great idea. Be very careful when using those tools, however, that you do not do what I did and actually cut through the paper, because that is possible if you are not careful. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of tape behind it and that should hold it. So fold all of your edges, and then we're gonna start making our box. So the first thing, like I said, is you need your 4 outer sides. So I'm sure you have seen, you know, when you print a smaller box, typically it's 6 small pieces that kind of create it's like 4 pieces this way, and there's only a piece kind of jutting off here and a piece jutting down here. Well, we essentially have to make that out of all of these loose pieces. So we need, like I said, 2 that go this way, 1 that goes this way, and then they got all mixed up again here. Top and bottom, let's set aside. So what we have to do, this is not as complicated as I'm making it look, is we essentially have to make a very long strip right now. We're going to attach, all of these flaps are going to connect the one next to it. So I'm going to just add some adhesive to this strip here. If you've not gotten one of these and you are a big crafter, please purchase one. It is called an ATG gun, or an advanced tape glider, but it just has basically double-sided like scrapbook adhesive inside of it, and it is so awesome. So any kind of adhesive will work, double-sided tape, and like scrapbook adhesive, anything, probably glue stick. However, you're gonna have to hold this in place while it dries. Line that up as crisply as you can so that it's nice and tight when you make your box. So you're gonna just put all of these together. So you're going to make a strip with your flaps connecting each of the cube elements and put those 4 outer cube squares in a row. Not too hard. You just have to know what's top and bottom. So what you end up with is a piece that looks like this. Hopefully you can see that. You've got 2 pieces that have upper and lower tabs and 2 that do not because we've put their tabs into each other. And then you still have 1 side tab over here. That is going to connect to his little friend on this side. So now we're going to just put adhesive on this side here and connect him together. And that's gonna make our box. The next piece is going to be putting our top and bottom on. I like to just kind of give it a good press, make sure everything is nice and tight and creased really well, both directions. And then you're just gonna fold these flaps in, and what happens is basically these little pieces that are left just slide right on top. It is so easy. That was the hardest part, was just getting that row in. So the easiest way to do it, in my opinion, to just keep everything together nice and tight, is again to just run a strip of adhesive right here, and then when you take your piece and stick it on top, you just line it up, you tack it on, and you've got your top nice and secured. The bottom is where it gets a little trickier, and I'm going to show you on my one that's already done here. So this one has already been glued on all the sides, but the bottom is a little trickier because you don't want to put your adhesive on before you fold it, because what happens is when you're doing the top, if you've got your adhesive on the bottom, it starts to stick to your work surface and all the things. So I actually went and pulled out some just glue dots from my craft room. And I was gonna try this to see if this worked any better. Honestly, I think just double-sided tape would probably be the best answer. Yeah, no, this will work great. So just stick a little glue dot or a piece of double-sided tape. I mean, you could do it without this and just leave it loose and nobody's gonna know, but you know, it's just a little wobbly. So if you really wanna have a nice, seamless, tight look, just stick a little glue dot or a piece of double-sided tape and just tack it, and now it's nice and tight. So that is your mystery box. I have 3 boys and I have twins that are almost 12, and then this is for my turning 7-year-old, and they're all avid Mario video game lovers, and they all walked into the room and saw this and were all impressed. Mom, you made that? That is so cool. So hopefully you can use this super easy free printable to impress your boys as easily as I did mine. It is as easy as cutting out and folding. So just, yeah, cut out, fold, glue it together. Super fun. I'll make a brick next, and they will both be available for free as printables with the Mario printable party set on my blog coming up soon. Thanks. Happy party planning.